been wanting to do this Strange Society series for a while, and I was struggling with the content. I was like, okay, so what am I going to say? What am I going to talk about? And then yesterday, I was reading online, and I found this article by Refinery29, and it's called Cardi B's Advice to Khloe Has Us Asking, Do We Now Live in a Post-Cheating World? And that just reminded me of something that happened in class last week. We read this book called Reclaiming Conversation by Sherry Turkle. It's really extreme, and it's about digital natives and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, there's an example in the book where this girl is guilty because the guy that she likes, it's unclear if it's her boyfriend or whatever, but the boy that she likes goes into the bathroom and she's looking on Tinder at other boys, and she says she feels so guilty because she really likes him and she doesn't know why she did that. And this one person goes, well, what's wrong with that? Why shouldn't she have the right to be searching for a better mate, even when she's in a relationship or has someone there? Isn't that the cool thing about technology, that it affords us to keep looking for better? And then, I raise my hand, good old me. Well, actually, it's disrespectful if you are with somebody to continue looking, because why are you with that person if you think that someone else that's better is out there? Also, we have to realize that Tinder profiles are constructed to look and come off a certain way. But I just got to thinking about, do we live in a post-cheating world, and what that means and how social media plays a role. And it's really weird, right? Because now we've got I don't know how people do their relationships, but I have friends who think they have to monitor all of their partner's social media. They've got to see who they're following, who's following them, who's liking their photos. But what does that really mean? Does that count as cheating? I think it all counts on context. If my boyfriend went and was liking some girl's pictures over and scrolling back, then obviously that's gonna put up a red flag. I don't think that's necessarily cheating per se, but I do think it's disrespectful. This article also chimes in Beyonce empowering women to stay or work out things with their man when they cheat. I just have to say, personally, I think that's a load of BS, and if you're being cheated on, then you should leave. I just think it's the ultimate disrespect, and unless you had I don't know these celebrities' relationships, and I frankly don't care, but if you're being loyal and true, then there's no reason you should stay with someone who's cheating on you, because then I just think you're being naive. But now with social media, and I just got thinking about what that guy said about, well, why wouldn't you just constantly be looking? Why would we be looking anyway if you think that that's the right person to be with? Yes, you have all this choice, but you have to remember that social media is so constructed. It's real, but it's not real. Everyone's profiles, even Instagram, Facebook, whatever, are crafted. They craft an identity that person wants you to see about them. And so what happens is we get caught up in social media, and we get caught up in what could be, what should be. Even if you are in a relationship and you see a video of a guy giving a girl flowers, this is an example someone else brought up in class, and you think to yourself, oh, well, why don't I have that? Why doesn't my boyfriend do that? Blah, blah, blah. But what you don't see are the real problems that are behind that relationship. So I would just caution anyone, and caution people who have opinions like the one that the guy said about, well, you have all this choice. I would caution that, because you have to realize how constructed social media is, and although it can be a useful tool, I'm not saying it's great to meet people online. You meet some of the best friends online. I've heard a bunch of stories. There are Tinder success stories, but to a certain degree, you got to be cautious about what you're actually feeding into and how you're letting that affect your psyche. Because if you honestly think that you're gonna find something else constantly, something better constantly, especially in people, then I feel like that's a false belief, and that social media shouldn't be used in that way or to fulfill that deep desire of, I need something better. And if you have that deep desire, if you need something better, then maybe it's time to reflect on what you actually value as a person and how you are engaging with the platform. Sometimes I'll get down on myself when I see a beautiful girl on Instagram. I'm just why can I never look like this? But if I continue to do that to myself, that's going to be detrimental to my mental health. This is why it's called Strange Society, because the way we engage with digital platforms nowadays is just so strange. But I just wanted to talk about that because I really don't think we live in a post-cheating world, and we have to be cautious about how we're engaging with these platforms. Otherwise, we're just all going to end up butthurt. Don't value what's on your screen more than you value what's actually around you. And yes, it's a great tool and you can grow your business and you can do all of that, but it's also important to realize that it's constructed and fake and you cannot get caught up or lost in the sauce or whatever, because if you do, it can be really detrimental to your relationships, your confidence, and your mental health. I'm really still kind of caught up on this post-cheating world. I don't think we'll ever be in a post-cheating world. As long as I'm alive, we'll never live in a post-cheating world because I'll never be okay with cheating. But if you have other comments or anything about social media, cheating, blah, 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 you can leave it in the comments below. I love to start conversations. And also, if you have any other topics that you think are good for Strange Society, let me know. All right, thanks, guys. See you later.